Hey everyone, Commander here, and the Iron Banner is coming out this Tuesday. Now, some of you might be worried about which weapons you should use and, how you should set those weapons perks up in order to get the most damage out of them. So, we're going to go mainly over the last word, but we'll take a look at some of the other weapons that I have and how you can, customize them so that they get the maximum amount of damage output. So let's go ahead and jump into the game and we'll see what we got. All right, so if you look into my inventory, I've got the last word here. This is the main weapon that I want to look over. And we'll look at the mythic class as well, because those are going to be the two weapons that I probably use the most in the Iron Banner coming out this Tuesday. Now this is the 428 Iron Banner, so if you're watching this video in the future, you can still use these tips to get maximum damage output out of your last word and the best damage and optimization for your mythic class as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at how I have my last word set up and what you'll find here. Now, at first I was trying to do soft ballistics. Now, that takes away just a sliver of impact and gives you some more stability and range. I was thinking, oh, this would give me more damage over a longer distance, and it would give me more stability when I'm shooting quickly. But I was kind of wrong, because what ends up happening is you actually lose about 10 to 20 points of damage on headshots and body shots because of the hit to the impact. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does affect your damage. The same with the smart drift control. You want to make sure that you definitely don't use this. You lose a lot of range and you lose some impact, but you do gain an even larger amount of stability. What you do want to go with is the aggressive ballistics. This gives you more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, and a shorter range and more recoil. Now, the thing with the aggressive ballistics is that when you have it set on here, it gives you just that extra little boost of impact. Now, this boosts your damage from about 96 somewhere in there to about 110 to 111 on headshots. So it definitely makes a big difference, and you also notice the difference on body shots. It takes about 4 hits on the body instead of 3, and 3 hits on the head instead of only 2 hits for headshots. So it makes a big difference when using the aggressive ballistics. So that's the one that you want for your last word. Now, obviously, you have to choose hip fire, and then you want to do... Now, you can choose different ones here. I've tried single point sling, switching weapons faster, you move quicker while aiming. I figured this might help me. I tried that out. It didn't work. The loss of stability that you get from these two, same with the high caliber rounds. I thought, oh, if they're going to cause, my enemy and opponent to get more kickback when I hit them and more screen movement, it'll be harder to hit me. But that loss in stability that you get from perfect balance just makes it a lot harder to shoot the weapon, and you're actually not hitting your opponent as much as you'd like to. So the center one, definitely go with perfect balance. That's the one you want. It's going to get you the most hits on your target because the stability is going to be a lot higher, and it doesn't affect your range or impact. So the only thing it affects is your stability here. So definitely go with perfect balance. Make sure that if you're using your last word in Iron Banner, you have all your other perks maxed out. And if you're shooting at people from a decently long range where it's going to be hard to hit them with hip fire, definitely aim down your sights. I know you get bonus damage and stability and extra precision damage when firing from the hip, but in all reality, when you're shooting at a long distance, you're not going to get those precision damage hits. So in the Iron Banner, make sure that you aim down your sights when shooting from long distances. Get those headshots. When you're up close and personal, definitely shoot from the hip and try to aim for the head, but definitely just hold down that trigger and put as many shots into them as quickly as possible. And this will kill the target almost every time before they can kill you. It takes about 3 body shot hits and 2 headshot hits if you do it right. And I believe that if you get one headshot and one body shot, it'll kill them in 2 shots as well. So that's it for the last word. Make sure that you have it fully maxed out, like I said, and this will be the best way to get the most damage out of your last word in the Iron Banner or even in regular PvP. It does make a difference. This is the one weapon where these damage modifiers, that impact just makes that much of a difference. You definitely want that impact. So that's it for the last word. If you guys don't want to stick around for the rest of the weapons or the mythic class, you don't have to watch the rest of this video. Please just subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and make sure you try this out in PvP. Get a feel for your guns before you go into the Iron Banner, and good luck on Tuesday. So moving on, we'll look here at my other weapon, the mythic class, and we'll take a look at some of the others. But as far as the mythic class goes, what I find to be the best, and again, with this first one, is the aggressive ballistics. Because you lose stability, you lose impact, and then you gain stability and lose impact. And it's really not worth the stability for the loss of impact. You want that maximum headshot damage. I believe it's around 47 headshot damage per shot. It equals out to about 3 headshots, I believe, 3 or 4 headshots. And then on this one, some people use the extended mag perk on this center tree here. So now I don't, and I'll explain why in a minute. But the reason why you might use the extended mag perk, and maybe you want to switch it around like a close quarters match in the Iron Banner, because you don't need that range. It's going to take away from your range, but it's going to give you a magazine size of 35 versus 21. It'll give you room to really use this crowd control. So as you are laying out shots, it takes about 5-6 shots maybe or less to kill an enemy. Then you aim at another one, you kill another. You kill about 4 or even 5 enemies before you run out of ammo. And that really takes advantage of your crowd control damage. Now, with that said, I don't use extended mag, and I don't use it in any of the maps that I play. The reason being is I find that extra range that you get from Send It, the increased range and even accuracy, makes it so much easier for you to land those headshots. It also makes it easier for you to land headshots from a longer range, which I find that when I'm using the extended mag, there are a lot of obvious situations where I end up not being able to kill a target because they're just too far away, and they end up killing me with either a Suros or some other weapon. But with Send It, it makes a huge difference. I'm able to get those headshots from a lot farther away and kill them before they can kill me. Same goes with lightweight. The added agility just isn't enough to make up for the extra range. So definitely, if you like extended mag, try it out. It definitely works well with crowd control. But the Send It perk, in my opinion, is the best for this weapon. And again, if you're going to use it in the Iron Banner, max out your mythic class so that you have the highest advantage against your opponents. So let's take a look here at my other weapons. I don't have my Red Death max out. This is a good weapon. Now, the only thing about this weapon that makes it good is each kill heals you and speeds up your reload. That is really the only thing about this weapon that is really good. Now, the oversized rounds staggering your opponents definitely makes a big difference. You can feel it. I mean, when you're getting hit by a fully upgraded Red Death, you definitely feel the shots. So, and then when you die, you're like, oh, get that guy, his shields are low, and then you realize his health is regenning. It's really good. You get those kills off, your health will go back up, and you get to try again on another person right away. You don't have to hide and say I'm weak or anything like that. So it's a really good weapon for PvP. I don't use it a whole lot. Obviously, I don't have it leveled up, so I won't be using this one in this Iron Banner. But let's move on to the bad Juju. I believe that this is a very underused item, or gun, I should say. And the reason I say that, at least in Crucible, it's very underused. I use it all the time. This, compared to the Red Death, has a great range. It's very accurate, and we'll go through the perks that I have lined up on this thing that make it good. It also works really well with classes like the Warlock or the Hunter, where you want your super up as much as possible to get those extra kills. And especially with the Warlock when you have the city. Well, I'm sorry. It's only with the bad Juju. The City of Mind does not work in the Crucible. It only works on Creatures of the Dark. Now, with String of Curses, after each kill, this weapon will reload instantly and increase damage for a short time. Kills will help charge your super. So, what happens here is you kill one enemy, your damage is increased, and it also says that it instantly reloads the weapon. So you never have to reload this when going up against multiple enemies as long as you get the kill. If you get an assist, it won't count. It won't reload your weapon. But if it does, it not only increases your damage for the next kill, but it'll reload your weapon as well. So that's a really good perk that I think is underused in the not the Iron Banner, but in Crucible as a whole. Now, a lot of people don't use this because of its low impact compared to the Red Death. But I actually prefer this weapon above the Red Death because it has a longer range and it seems like I can hit more headshots with it. Whereas the Red Death, I kind of have to aim a little lower because the recoil is a lot higher. The reason being is I use the Perfect Balance, the Perfect Balance perk. Now you can also use the Send It perk, increase range and accuracy. It's probably a pretty even trade-off between the two. I prefer Perfect Balance because it keeps the recoil low, and I can get repetitive shots with this thing pretty quickly. I don't use the armor-piercing rounds. There's really no purpose in that in the Iron Banner, and it's not really going to do much against your opponents. Now, your options here are you can sacrifice range for Smart Drift Control or sacrifice impact. I don't want to do either. Because I'm not using Send It. Now, maybe if I hit Send It, I might then, use the stability for some range. And that actually might be a pretty decent trade-off. In fact, if you use Send It, you definitely want to use the Smart Drift Control. But if you're using Perfect Balance, go with the Smooth Ballistics. Get that little extra range for a little sacrifice on stability. So let's see if there's any other weapons I got. Now, the Black Hammer, and again, always max out your weapons for the Iron Banner. Do not use unmaxed out weapons unless they're all you have. Now, the Black Hammer or any other sniper rifle you get, if you max these sniper rifles out, for the Iron Banner, they are a one-shot kill to the body, even on a level 32, as long as you're a level 32. It does that extra damage, and it goes right through their armor, right through their health, and you can kill everybody in one shot with sniper rifles. So they're a big deal in the Iron Banner. Make sure you max out a sniper rifle. Make sure you bring one into the Iron Banner. I don't use fusion rifles a whole lot. I'm just not good with them. I'm not going to say they're not good because a lot of people kill me with them. So I also maxed out my 2 to the Morgue. A better one would be Fellwinter's Lie, or even like a universal remote if you really like shotguns and like them as your primary. Now, what I do with my 2 to the Morgue, what I found out to be best, is I don't want to sacrifice any range and I don't want to sacrifice any impact. So what I end up doing is going with the Smooth Ballistics, less recoil, penalty to range. Now, with these middle ones, and mine has, just to go real quick, his Luck in the Chamber. One random bullet in the magazine causes considerable bonus damage, and Crowd Control, kills with this weapon grant bonus damage for a short time. Now, I got the one with the Hammer Forge. You can get this at the Vanguard if they still have it. And that's what I was after. I was after that extra range. Without the range, the 2 to the Morgue is an okay shotgun, but it's no different than a lot of other shotguns. Again, max it out for the Iron Banner. Now, I have a fully upgraded Gallahorn for my exotic rocket launcher. I have a fully upgraded Hunger Crota. Accidentally backed out. But I'm going to be finishing this today before the Iron Banner completes. But I probably won't be using rocket launchers, barely any, if at all. The reason being is I love slow shooting, high impact machine guns. They seem to net the most kills. With a rocket launcher, you only have a certain amount of kills unless the team groups up. It's kind of left to chance. But for me, I get this against all odds. The impact is really high. Rate of fire is lower. The shots just kind of, it's like 1 shot every, or 3 shots per second. You know, so it's real slow, but it only takes 2, maybe 3 shots to kill somebody. So it's a very fast killing weapon, and I don't use up a whole lot of my magazine, which I have 50 shots in. I can kill easily 5 to 10 targets before running out of ammo, easily. So definitely, in my opinion, pick up a like a slow shooting machine gun for the Iron Banner. Get one with high impact, low rate of fire, and high magazine size. The against all odds is really good. Joldor's hammer is obviously probably the best you can get. That's a really good one. Be looking for those. Joldor's hammer, Fellwinter's Lie, all in the Iron Banner. So that's going to be everything for today. I appreciate you guys watching this video, hanging out to the end. I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. Please subscribe. Please upvote this video. Tell your friends about it. And good luck in the Iron Banner this week. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are. I've been maxing out all of my weapons for this. And I've got my 32 Hunter. I'm going with the Golden Gun spec with my helmet that gives me 4 shots instead of 3. And that just maxes out my super. And I'm just going to have a blast in Iron Banner. And I hope to see you guys there. So good luck and have a great weekend.